Hey there, real quick, before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is our chat moderator, the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? Since nothing new has really happened since yesterday, I just wanted to share that I love this song.
Yeah.
And I learned it when I was really little, and I still remember how it goes. So
yeah.
That's my,
Yeah, this song's really important to me too, because it was one of my favorite singer in the entire universe is a lady named Ella Fitzgerald, And like this is one of the first songs I ever heard her sing it's like a jazz song. And so it's not a jazz song, but she's a jazz singer, so she sung like a jazz song. So like this one always sounds like Ella Fitzgerald's to me. So even though it's like a nursery rhyme thing. So yeah,
that's
cool.
Awesome.
Special song today.
Cool.
Well, and Kloppel's here too, and he's always eager to anybody get things moving. So let's talk about how to play this very special song. Hopefully it will be special to you as well. We need to start with a G. So in order to find a G, we're gonna take any group of 3 black notes, like those ones right there, and then we're gonna take the middle note and drag it a little bit to the left. So that was a lot right there. Again, what I did was I found a group of 3 black notes, like those ones or those ones. Not a group of 2 like that, but a group of 3, and then took the middle note in the group of 3 and dragged it a little bit that direction to the left, and I landed on a G. Now, this is kind of the top of the musical alphabet because the musical alphabet goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So it's going to be a little bit weird moving backwards, but if we jump all the way down to this note right here, we can see that it goes C, D, E, F, G. So they do go in a sensible order, but we're going to go backwards, so it's not going to make any sense at all because going G, F, E, D, C, nobody says that. So we're going to start on the G, but do know that all the letters go this direction, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So if that's a G, if we skip over the note next to it, which would be an F, and if you have some piano stickers on your piano, that'll make all of this way easier. But G down to E is going to be skipping over one note, and that's Tisket. And what I would highly recommend is that you say all these words out loud as you go. Tisket, and then play that note that we skipped over, that F, and then we're back to the G again. And that phrase is going to kind of like repeat here. So we're going to have that thing, and then we're going to have that thing, and that's a G, E, F. And then we're going to have another one right here, G, E, F. So, and then we're going to have a G, E, which is almost like a G, E, F. So that thing right there repeats, and that's like half the song is Tisket, Tasket, and then we do have a single G here by itself. And that is green, but then we're gonna go and yellow, and then same thing here, basket, but instead of going up to F, we're gonna just repeat that E one more time and say the word I. And then this next thing also has a pattern. It's just gonna be an F, and then a D, which is skipping over one note that direction. So those 2 notes are gonna be super important. So for the first part, like this thing is really important. And then over here, we're going to go back and forth between these 2, and these 2 are going to be really important. 2 Fs before we go to 2 Ds. And then we do that again. 2 Fs to 2 Ds. And then right here, we're going to go from a G. That's the very first note that we ever played. We're going to play a G, down 1 note, down 1 note, down 1 note, then up 1 note for dropped, and then skip down to this last note here. So it'll be the lowest note that we play in the whole song. So we're going to go from, again, this last phrase goes, on my way, I dropped it. And this is where saying the words really helps a lot, because if you're saying all the words, then you don't have to pay attention like, oh, is this the time it's supposed to go up? Is this the time it's supposed to go down? What were those notes again? You can just remember, okay, when I get to the word dropped, that's when I'm going to go up. So you start here and you just say the words, on my way, wait, hang on, this one's the dropped one. So on dropped, I'm supposed to go up 1 note, dropped, and then it is the last note, that C right there. So saying the words really does help because those words will tell you where you're supposed to switch things. So let's try this all together with the track. Make sure you pause the video and practice wherever you need to so that you can get the little phrases that you should be working on. And then just everybody play your version along with us. Play all the notes that you can, and don't worry about the rest. And a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. Tisket, a task, get a green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love, and on my way I dropped it. And there's a lot more verses to it, but it's all the exact same melody. All right, we'll go one more time through this along with the track. Again, get all the notes that you can, but don't worry about the rest. And like I was saying, all the verses that come up are all pretty much the same exact notes. They just change the words around. So you know all the verses now once you can play this. Let's go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. Tisket, a basket, a green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love, and on my way I dropped it. There we go. That's all of the notes, and Kloppel said that was the last time through, so I guess that means it's time for our feature of the day. And today we're going to play a game called Wedding Wars. So here we go. Here's 2 songs that I'm going to play, but I'm only going to play the first 2 notes of each of the songs. There's the wedding song, which you've probably heard before. It's the song they play when you're wearing really uncomfortable clothes and it's about to be boring for about a half an hour or so. So there's that song. And then there's the other one that means that you're about to watch a really exciting movie that goes... Cool. So there's the 2 songs, the Star Wars song and the wedding song. So I'm going to play the first 2 notes, and you're going to tell me which of those it is. And you're going to try to get more of these right than Kendra does. Kendra's going to be playing along with us. She's pretty good at this game, but listen really carefully and try to sing the beginning of it. Is it Here Comes the Bride, or is it Star Wars? Okay, so here we go. The first one goes like this. Those are the only 2 notes you get. Guessing at home, what do you think that is? Is that the wedding song or is that Star Wars? And Kendra, what do you think?
I think it's the wedding song.
It is, yes. This suit's uncomfortable. Why did my mom make me wear a tie? Yeah, yes, this was the wedding song. By the way, if you're in Kloppel Academy level 3 or higher, I believe it is, then you're doing perfect fourths and perfect fifths, and you have to hear the difference between the 2. The wedding song is a perfect 4th, and Star Wars is a perfect 5th. So when you're trying to label those for the tests at the end, the wedding song is the perfect 4th, and Star Wars is the perfect 5th. Okay. 2 more of these. What's this one right here? What do you think, Kendra? What is it?
It sounds like Star Wars, I think.
Yeah, the Star Wars. So that's a perfect 5th. Cool. And 1 more of these. Let's see here. What about this one? That doesn't really sound like either one of them. It is, though. That's either a perfect 4th or a perfect 5th. What do you think, Kendra?
I think it's Star Wars.
It is. It's just a really low, weird version
My
of...
first thought was, oh, he's going to trick us.
Yes.
It's
the
Here
wedding
Comes,
song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
okay. That
no.
would be weird. What would that sound like down there? It'd be like this. Oh, yeah, actually. That's the way I feel when I hear the song. It's gonna last forever and a day. Yeah, cool. So that was Wedding Wars, which means it is time for Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Sarah R., who says, Dear Jamin, can my little brother watch the lessons with me? Absolutely. Anyone in your family can watch it. In fact, we frequently have like whole entire families, even the moms and dads, watching along. Probably the dogs too, but the dogs are terrible because their paws hit more than 1 note at a time. So you usually don't get very good. But yeah, moms, dads, whoever is in your house, you can invite your friends over and all share the same subscription. So I guess right now you can't invite your friends over because of the whole quarantine thing. But if you're watching this in the archives and it's years later, you might not know what in the world I'm talking about. So if you can invite your friends over and enjoy the entire lesson. And that means it's time for a little thing we call secret information.
Secret information.
So today in our secret information, top secret folder, we have a little bit of information about our song that most people don't know. The first thing is,
in this song, so this is actually really important. We'll need the PDF for this. So the way that professionals look at music, we don't just like read the notes, because usually you think like, oh yeah, professionals are really good at reading notes. That's not true. Professionals are really good at seeing phrases. So when we play the song, you might be looking at it and going, okay, that's a G, and that's an E, and then an F, and then a G, and then an E, and then an F, and then a G, and then a G, and then an E. But that's not the way the professionals are reading it. The professionals are looking at it and going, what can I see here? Are there any phrases? Well, probably that's a phrase. That's why I'm circling these things for you, so you can start to see these songs like a professional would. We go, oh, okay, that thing right there, that counts as that one, so I don't have to think about that one. It counts as that one, so I don't have to think about that one. It really counts as that one, so I don't have to think about that one. So the people who aren't very good at music or who are new to music are thinking about every single letter, and they're like, whoa, professionals must think about so much more. But it's the opposite. Professionals think about so much less. We just take a look at one phrase and we go, okay, cool. So I've got that phrase. And then what happens down here? I've got an F and a D. Okay, cool. So I can now not worry about that one right there. And then I've got this little walk down thing. So I'm really just seeing 3 phrases, even though most people look at this like, oh no, that's 20 or 30 notes. I'm looking at it going, it's 3 little phrases. I got this, and I've also got this. And then at the end I've got, and that's the whole entire song. So when you start to look for phrases and repeating sections, then you'll be a lot faster at this stuff. That's the way the pros look at it. The other bit of secret information is not only do we see phrases, but we also want to look for patterns. So this thing right here is a tricky little thing that most people are going to mess up a whole lot of times. But as I'm reading this, I actually don't even think about this note right here. I'm just seeing this thing right here. So like when I said a second ago, this last phrase is, that's really what my brain says, is it's going to go from G straight down to C. But I just know there's a little glitch in it at the very, very end. Before I'm allowed to play that last note, I have to glitch up. So it's really just G straight down to C with the little glitch up. And that helps me memorize it and not have to think about so many notes all in a row, because it's not like a note and then a note and then a note and then a note and then so it's just I'm going straight down. But right before I hit the last note, I glitch a little bit. Oops. There we go. So seeing patterns and seeing phrases, those are both going to be really important. But that's all that we have in our secret information folder, which means it's time to go on to level 2.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
And in level 2, we're going to do the exact same notes that we did in level 1, except now we're going to put it on the official lines and spaces of the treble clef. And this is where we get to see a lot of the rhythms we didn't get to see before. For example, in this first measure, it's telling us that we're going to count to 4. We got 4 beats. And because this one right here is hollow, it's going to get 2 beats because it's called a half note. And I think you're learning that in Clopple Academy level 1 if you're enrolled in that. So this one right here would get beat 1 and 2. And this one actually is filled in right here. So that's only a quarter note, which means it's going to get 1 beat. And the next beat that we're going to have, because we already used up 1 and 2, is going to be beat 3. And if this doesn't make any sense to you, that's fine. This is pretty much just for the people who are enrolled in Clopple Academy and are learning the music theory. This one is also filled in, so it's also a quarter note and also worth 1 beat. So that's going to be 1 beat, and the next beat that we have after 1 and 2 and 3 would be beat 4. So that's how we would count that if we had never heard the song before. We're like, I don't know how to play this, but I've got a note that's worth 2 beats and then a note that's worth 1 beat and then a note that's worth 1 beat. I would count it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and then continue on from there. And actually that pattern kind of continues. We've got this 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and then we've got this one right here. These are all filled in, so these are each worth 1 beat. So that's worth 1 beat right there, 1 beat right there, 1 beat right there, 1 beat right there. So that'd just be 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, if you're in Clopple Academy, you're kind of already doing this counting thing here. At the end, we've got 2 not filled in notes. So this is worth 2 beats. And also this is worth 2 beats. 1, 2, and then 3, 4. So if we try that along with the track, it would sound like this: 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So if you need to work on any of those sections, then make sure you're pausing the video and you're practicing the sections that you need. Okay, we'll hurry up. This will be our last time through for this one. But if you're on level 1, you just play your own version along with us. Everybody pausing and practicing where they need to. And then when we come back, play all the notes that you can. Don't worry about the rest. Let's go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love, and on my way I dropped it. That's the whole entire thing of what you would do with your right hand playing just the melody. But if you want to add in a little bit of left hand, that's a little something we call level 3. Let's go.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
And this is a great song to start working on level 3 for, because if you're on level 2 and you're like, I think I maybe could add in a little bit of left hand, but I can only do like 2 or 3 notes maybe. Hey, that song's only got 2 or 3 notes maybe. So it's actually got 2 notes. It's got a C and it's also got a G. At the very, very end, it goes back to the C. So it's only 2 different notes, but you're going to play 3 things. You're going to play a C and then a G and then a C. And the way we read this in level 3 is we just line those notes up like that. Whatever they're lined up with, that's where you play it. So this first C comes in on Tisk. And then we don't have anything else in the left hand until the word wrote. And that's where we're going to play that G right on wrote. And then we're going to go back to the C on the word dropped. So if we just played only the left hand along with the track, then it would sound something like this. If you're on level 1 or 2, you play your version. I'm going to show the level 3 people what to do with their left hand. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Tisket, tap. You know, hang on to it the whole entire time if you want. Yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love, and on my way I dropped it. There you go. So that's the entire left hand. And then in order to play both hands together, we'd have to go at it something like this. Everybody pausing and practicing wherever you need to. And then when we come back, then we'll all play it together. Play all the notes you can. Don't worry about the rest. And a 1, 2, ready, go. Tisket, tasket, green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love, and on my way I dropped it. Both hands together. Go faster, he says. All right, you know what? We'll go faster in level 4. Let's go there right now.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
Okay, so level 4, this is the exact same thing as we had on level 3, except it's a little bit more difficult. Let me show you what the left hand looks like. It's pretty much just C's and G's back and forth, except when we get to this section over here, we switch to G's and D's. So we're going to go back and forth between those, and then at the very, very end, we have our famous walk up that goes G, G, A, B, C. So that is this phrase right here. If you wanted to, you could also play a G and then a C right there. So G, G, A, B, C, G, C. But if you want to skip those last 2 notes, that would be acceptable too. Trying to do those with the right hand is kind of crazy. If you need to practice just the left hand by itself, then make sure you're pausing the video and practicing that. And then when you come back, we'll play along with the level 1, 2, and 3 people, everybody playing your version. Here we go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. Tisket, tasket, green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love, and on way. So that's kind of crazy already, because you got a lot going on in both hands. And then in addition, of course, real quick, let me show you. In addition to that, if you wanted to, you could also add in chord tones. So that means that right here during the C chord time, that entire time, additional things you could throw in the right hand are any notes from the C chord, which are listed on the next page, C's and E's and G's. Of course, the G chord is G's and B's and D's. So when we get to the G chord, you can throw in any of those notes. But during the C chord time, you can put in any C's and E's and G's anywhere on the piano that you want to. So now I'm going to play the exact same thing, try to play the left hand and the right hand, and then also add in some extra C's and E's and G's, just kind of like wherever I feel like it. If this is your first time doing this, it'll take a lot of effort and you'll need to like on purpose go, all right, right there, I'm going to throw in an extra C or something like that. But eventually it would sound something like this. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Except for the mess up at the end, it would sound something like that. That was just giving like one extra chord tone on each of the right hand melody notes. So, and at that point, like you don't even really need the track. You could just play. So that kind of like just sounds like a song all on its own, so you don't really need the track at that point. But this is probably not the easiest key to sing it in. We would need to change keys, which means we would need to change levels to level 5. Let's go.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
So in order to change keys, we're going to need to change all of the letters, like C right here, into numbers like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And if we change it all to numbers instead of letters, then we can read the exact same thing. The right hand would play the yellow section and the left hand would play the purple section. And we play 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, while the left hand plays 1. But now we can change keys because we can take any of the keys that we've done in any other song, or you can take your suggested key for this one, which is the key of D, where D is number 1 and the numbers go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then we could go back to our numbers. Sorry, here we go. 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. And this one might be a little bit easier to sing than the key of C. So now you can move this song around into any of the keys we've done before. But since everyone has been practicing in the key of C, we'll go back to the key of C, where this is number 1, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's try to count all this out in numbers. But if you're on level 1, 2, 3, or 4, you just play your version along with us, get all the notes that you can, and don't worry about the rest. Let's go. 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 3, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 1. And there you go. That is all of the numbers that you would do. And of course, we can turn that into any key that we want, and then we don't have to play along with the track. And you actually have this song in the key of D. If you jump ahead to the, the 8-minute mark on your play along track, then you can play this in the key of D, because that's what key the track is in. And it'll be a little bit easier to sing along with. But I think that's all the numbers, and that's all the chords, and that's all the notes, and that's all the secret information, which means that's all the lessons. So unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye for now. But I would like to thank the incomparable Kendra for moderating the chat room, and for the scene and all the cameras, and Papa, of course, for being here and keeping us off track. And thank you for being here. Join us for the next song we do. It's going to be a lot of fun. Love you. Bye. Hey, great, you're still here, so you must want more. Well, I've got 4 things for you: archives, practice tips, points, and jokes.
First of all, if you didn't like this week's song, I'm sorry, and you can always go to learnpianolive.com/next song and vote for what our next song should be. And right now you can go to the Kids Lesson Archives and just pick a different song and work on that this week. Now you probably don't have the whole song down yet, so what you can do is, this helps a lot of people, just next time pretend that you're the in-studio student and that in level 3 and level 5 we're going to be checking in with you and you've got to play at least some of the songs. I find that my students that come in and they're the in-studio students, they actually learn the songs way faster than they learn their regular songs I give them in their regular lessons. So if you just pretend that you're the in-studio student and that someone's going to be watching you, then that might help a lot. Also, you have the practice log that you can send in for extra points, and that can help you practice. And there's the daily challenge where you get extra points for logging your practice time there as well. Just click on daily challenge and it will play a video that doesn't have any sound really. You just practice, and then every now and then you'll hear a sound like this.
The number 7.
And then once you collect all of the letters and numbers, then you just put them in and you submit that, and you get points for doing that, and you get better because in between all those letters and numbers, you're practicing your song from the week. Of course, once you know the song, then definitely record yourself on your mom's cell phone or on your tablet or on whatever, and use the video submission button, and so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. It doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidlearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750 points. If later on, a month down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road, if one of the videos that you submit to us ever gets 1,000 views, send us the link to your video. We will give you 750 points. Okay, but is there anything that I could do that's worth thousands of points? Yes, there is. If you're in Klopple Academy, every time you go from level 1 to level 2, or level 2 to level 3, every single time you level up, you get 3,000 points. And that's not even the biggest one. You get 5,000 points every single time someone signs up for kidslearnpianolive.com and they say that you are the one who sent it here. Okay, last thing before I say goodbye, for real. I told you that I would tell you my favorite joke, and here it is. A butcher backs up into his meat grinder and gets a little behind in his work. Gets a little behind in his work because he's a butcher. It's funny. Trust me. It's awesome. If you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. But go to learnpianolive.com/jokes and you can see some of our students' favorite jokes and you can submit your own. I think that's finally it. I will see you in another live lesson. Love ya. Good luck Have fun.